The galactic war begins. The galaxy was engulfed in a brutal conflict known as the Great Galactic War, a sprawling and relentless struggle that pitted various alien species against each other in a desperate bid for dominance. At the heart of this conflict was the Galactic Federation, a coalition of diverse species united by a common cause: to hold back the relentless expansion of the Frak-Thor Empire. The Frak-Thor, a warrior race known for their ruthless tactics and overwhelming military power, had already subjugated numerous star systems, leaving devastation in their wake. Despite their combined might, the Federation was struggling. Reports from the front lines painted a grim picture: entire planets reduced to rubble, star systems lost, and morale plummeting. The Frak-Thor's advance seemed unstoppable, their fleets an ever-present shadow looming over the galaxy. Amidst this chaos, whispers began to circulate about a new force that might change the tide of war, a force unlike any the galaxy had seen before. Humans, relatively unknown to the broader galaxy, were rumored to possess unparalleled resilience and ingenuity. As these rumors spread, they brought a flicker of hope to the beleaguered Federation forces. The war had ravaged the galaxy for years, turning vibrant worlds into desolate wastelands. Key planets and systems held strategic importance, acting as supply hubs, command centers, or critical junctions in hyperspace lanes. The Frak-Thor targeted these with ruthless efficiency, understanding that control of these points would grant them a decisive advantage. One such world was Epsilon Prime, a once thriving hub of commerce and culture now reduced to a battleground. The skies above were filled with the wreckage of countless battleships, and the ground bore the scars of relentless bombardment. It was here, amidst the ruins, that the Federation had established a critical defensive line, their last bastion against the encroaching Frak-Thor forces. In the command center, a tense silence prevailed as Federation leaders discussed their dwindling options. Holographic maps displayed the stark reality. Red markers denoting Frak-Thor-controlled systems vastly outnumbered the blue of the Federation. The situation was dire. It was in this grim context that Admiral Jane Mitchell entered the scene. Mitchell, a brilliant and tenacious leader, had been appointed to spearhead the Federation's efforts to turn the tide. Known for her strategic acumen and unyielding resolve, she was seen as the best hope in a seemingly hopeless situation. Standing beside her was Captain Samuel Sound Daniels, a seasoned and resourceful pilot with a reputation for daring maneuvers and quick thinking under pressure. Daniels had seen more than his fair share of combat, and his experience made him a valuable asset in the fight against the Frak-Thor. Completing the trio was Dr. Alina Martinez, a cutting-edge scientist and engineer whose innovations had already provided critical advancements in the Federation's technology. Martinez was driven by a fierce determination to protect her people and allies, and her ingenuity was matched only by her passion for discovery. The humans' decision to enter the war had not been made lightly. The Frak-Thor posed a direct threat not only to their newfound allies, but to humanity itself. The human leaders recognized that if the Frak-Thor were not stopped, their insatiable hunger for conquest would eventually reach human worlds. Thus, driven by both a sense of duty and a need for self-preservation, humanity had thrown its lot in with the Galactic Federation. Admiral Mitchell addressed the assembled Federation commanders, her voice steady and authoritative. "We stand on the brink of destruction," she began, her gaze sweeping the room, "but we also stand at the threshold of possibility. The Frak-Thor believe they are unstoppable, but they have not yet faced the full measure of human resolve and ingenuity. Together, we can and will turn the tide." Captain Daniels nodded in agreement. "Our ships are fast and adaptable. We've developed new tactics that the Frak-Thor haven't seen before. We'll hit them where they least expect it." Dr. Martinez added, "And we've brought advanced technology that can give us the edge we need. We've studied the Frak-Thor's systems and identified several vulnerabilities. With your cooperation, we can exploit these weaknesses." The Federation leaders, though initially skeptical of the humans' capabilities, could not deny the spark of hope that Mitchell's words ignited. Desperation had forced them to take risks, and this alliance with humans represented perhaps the greatest gamble of all. As preparations began for the humans' first major engagement, the tension within the Federation's ranks was palpable. Soldiers and officers alike whispered about the newcomers, their anticipation mingled with uncertainty. Could these humans, with their untested strategies and unfamiliar technology, truly make a difference? Admiral Mitchell and her team worked tirelessly to integrate their forces with the Federation's. Training exercises were conducted to familiarize the Allied troops with human tactics and technology. Despite the initial friction, a sense of camaraderie began to develop. The humans' resilience and adaptability earned them grudging respect, and their unwavering determination inspired those around them. The stage was set for humanity's entry into the Great Galactic War. As the humans prepared for their first battle, the weight of expectation pressed heavily upon them. They knew that the outcome would not only determine their fate, but also shape the future of the entire galaxy. The whispers had become a rallying cry. The humans are coming. And with them, they brought the promise of hope, resilience, and the possibility of a turning tide in a war that had seemed unwinnable. The galaxy held its breath as the moment of reckoning approached, the humans ready to prove that they were a force to be reckoned with. The Battle of Epsilon Prime. The air on Epsilon Prime was thick with tension as the combined forces of the Galactic Federation and the newly arrived humans prepared for the imminent assault. Admiral Jane Mitchell stood at the command center, her sharp eyes scanning the holographic battle map. The Frak Thor were advancing with their usual ferocity, their ships a dark swarm on the horizon. The Federation's defenses were stretched thin, and the outcome of this battle would determine the fate of countless star systems. Captain Samuel Sam Daniels and his squadron were stationed in their sleek, human-engineered starfighters, awaiting the signal to launch. The ships were a marvel of human ingenuity, designed for speed, agility, and firepower. Each pilot was hand-picked for their skills and courage, and Daniels was confident in their ability to execute the daring plan they had devised. Dr. Alina Martinez was in the heart of the engineering bay, fine-tuning the advanced technology that would give them an edge in the battle. Her team had worked tirelessly to adapt their systems to the Federation's infrastructure, and now their combined efforts were about to be put to the ultimate test. As the first wave of Frak Thor ships entered the atmosphere, Admiral Mitchell gave the order. All units, prepare for engagement. Remember your training and trust in your comrades. Today, we fight not just for Epsilon Prime, but for the future of the galaxy. The human and Federation ships rolled into action, their engines blazing as they streaked across the sky to meet the enemy. The initial clash was fierce, with explosions lighting up the battlefield as both sides exchanged volleys of laser fire. The Frak Thor, confident in their numerical superiority, pressed the attack, but they soon found themselves facing a foe unlike any they had encountered before. Captain Daniels led his squadron in a series of daring maneuvers, weaving through the enemy ranks with precision and agility. The human pilots, trained in unconventional tactics, exploited every weakness in the Frak Thor formations. They struck with pinpoint accuracy, disabling key vessels and disrupting the enemy's coordination. On the ground, Federation troops fortified their positions, supported by the advanced weaponry and defensive systems provided by Dr. Martinez. The Frak Thor's relentless ground assault was met with a fierce resistance, the humans and their allies fighting side by side with a determination that surprised even themselves. In the command center, Admiral Mitchell coordinated the efforts of both air and ground forces, her strategic mind anticipating the Frak Thor's every move. She directed reinforcements to critical points, ensuring that the Federation's defenses held firm. Her calm and decisive leadership inspired those around her, bolstering their resolve in the face of overwhelming odds. The battle raged on, each side refusing to yield. The Frak Thor, known for their brute strength and single-minded aggression, were forced to adapt to the unpredictable tactics of the humans. The combined might of the Galactic Federation and their new allies began to turn the tide, slowly but surely pushing the enemy back. Dr. Martinez, monitoring the battle from the engineering bay, received a critical update. The Frak Thor's flagship, a massive warship that served as the command center for their operations, had entered the battlefield. It was heavily armored and bristling with weapons, a seemingly invincible fortress. But Martinez had a plan. "Admiral, we've identified a potential vulnerability in the flagship's shield generator," she reported. "If we can get a strike team aboard, we might be able to disable it from the inside." Admiral Mitchell nodded, her mind racing. "Captain Daniels, I need you to lead a team to infiltrate the flagship. This could be our best chance to end this battle." Daniels didn't hesitate. "Understood, Admiral. We'll get it done." He selected a team of the best pilots and soldiers, and within minutes, they were aboard a specially equipped dropship, racing towards the enemy flagship. The mission was dangerous, but failure was not an option. The fate of Epsilon Prime, and possibly the entire galaxy, hung in the balance. As the dropship approached the flagship, it came under heavy fire. Daniels and his team executed evasive maneuvers, dodging the enemy's defenses with skill and precision. They landed in a blaze of laser fire, disembarking quickly and moving with purpose towards their target. Inside the flagship, the team encountered fierce resistance. The corridors were a maze of steel and circuitry, filled with heavily armed Frak Thor soldiers. But Daniels and his team fought with a determination born of desperation, that every move calculated to achieve their goal. They pressed forward, overcoming each obstacle with a combination of brute force and clever tactics. Finally, they reached the shield generator. Dr. Martinez's analysis had been correct. The generator was vulnerable to a precise strike. The team set their charges, working quickly as the enemy closed in around them. Daniels coordinated the defense, holding off the Frak Thor soldiers long enough for the charges to be placed. "Charges set," one of the team members shouted. "Fall back," Daniels ordered. They retreated swiftly, making their way back to the dropship as the charges detonated. The explosion rocked the flagship, and the shield generator was destroyed. The flagship's defenses faltered, and the combined forces of the humans and the Federation seized the opportunity. In the command center, Admiral Mitchell watched as the enemy flagship began to falter. "All units, concentrate fire on the flagship. This is our chance." The coordinated assault was devastating. With its shields down, the flagship was vulnerable, and the combined firepower of the Allied forces tore it apart. The Frak Thor, seeing their command ship destroyed, began to retreat, their once invincible fleet now in disarray. The Battle of Epsilon Prime had been won. The humans had proven themselves as formidable allies, their resilience and ingenuity turning the tide in a seemingly hopeless situation. As the smoke cleared and the last remnants of the enemy fleet fled, a sense of victory and hope spread through the ranks of the Galactic Federation. Admiral Mitchell addressed the weary but triumphant soldiers and pilots. "Today, we have shown the galaxy what humanity is capable of. This is just the beginning. Together we will reclaim our worlds, and we will bring an end to the Frak Thor's reign of terror." Captain Daniels and Dr. Martinez stood beside her, their faces reflecting the determination and resolve that had carried them through the battle. The humans had come, and with them, they had brought the promise of a brighter future. The Great Galactic War was far from over, but the tide had begun to turn, and hope had been rekindled. The galaxy watched and waited, knowing that the humans would play a pivotal role in the battles to come. The whispers had become a roar. The humans were here, and they would not be stopped. The secret of humanity's technology. In the aftermath of the Battle of Epsilon Prime, the Galactic Federation was abuzz with talk of their new human allies. The victory had rekindled hope and sparked curiosity about the mysterious newcomers and their advanced technology. In the midst of this renewed vigor, Dr. Alina Martinez was tirelessly working on the next phase of their strategy. Dr. Martinez had always been driven by a passion for discovery, and the war had only intensified her resolve. Her latest project, a revolutionary piece of technology, promised to shift the balance of power even further in favor of the Federation. It was a device that could render ships invisible to enemy sensors, allowing them to strike without warning and retreat unscathed. In a secure research facility on Epsilon Prime, Dr. Martinez and her team were putting the finishing touches on the prototype. The lab was filled with the hum of machinery and the glow of holographic displays. Engineers and scientists moved with purpose, their focus unwavering as they worked to complete the device. Captain Samuel Sound Daniels entered the lab, his presence a reminder of the urgency of their mission. "How's it coming, Elena?" he asked, his voice filled with anticipation. "We're almost there, Sam," Martinez replied, not looking up from her work. "Just a few more adjustments, and we'll be ready for a field test." Daniels watched as the scientists worked, his mind racing with possibilities. The ability to move unseen through enemy territory would be a game-changer, allowing them to gather intelligence, conduct sabotage, and launch surprise attacks with impunity. A beep from one of the consoles caught Martinez's attention. She tapped a few keys, and a holographic display appeared, showing the prototype's status. "It's ready," she announced, a note of triumph in her voice. "Let's see what this baby can do." The test took place in a remote section of space, far from prying eyes. Martinez, Daniels, and a small team of elite pilots boarded a specially equipped ship, the prototype device installed and ready for activation. As they took off, the excitement was palpable. Activating cloaking device, Martinez said, her fingers flying over the controls. The ship shimmered for a moment, then vanished from sight. "All systems normal," reported one of the pilots. "We're completely invisible to sensors." Daniels grinned. "Let's take it for a spin." The cloaked ship maneuvered through the stars, its presence undetectable to even the most advanced scanning equipment. They approached a Frac 4 outpost, its defenses bristling with weapons. Under normal circumstances, such an approach would have been suicidal, but with the cloaking device, they slipped past the enemy's sensors without a hitch. Martinez monitored the readings carefully. "We're in. Let's gather as much data as we can." The ship's sensors recorded everything: troop movements, supply routes, and even the layout of the outpost. The information would be invaluable for future operations. Once they had what they needed, Daniels gave the order to return to base. Back at the research facility, the team debriefed, their excitement tempered by the realization of the device's potential. The test had been a resounding success, but they knew that deploying such technology in the field would not be without risks. The Frac 4 would not sit idly by while their enemies gained such an advantage. Admiral Jane Mitchell joined them for the debriefing, her expression one of cautious optimism. "This is a significant breakthrough," she said, "but we must be careful. If the Frac 4 discover this technology, they'll stop at nothing to neutralize it." Martinez nodded. "We're already working on safeguards and countermeasures, but we can't afford to wait. We need to start using this technology in our operations immediately." Mitchell agreed. "We'll deploy it strategically, starting with a series of hit-and-run attacks on key Frac 4 supply lines. We'll disrupt their logistics, weaken their front lines, and give our forces a much-needed respite." As the plans were laid out, the sense of urgency and determination grew. The humans had brought more than just hope to the Galactic Federation. They had brought the tools to fight back and win. The next few weeks saw a series of daring raids, each one more successful than the last. The cloaked ships struck with precision, hitting supply convoys, communication hubs, and command centers before disappearing without a trace. The Frac 4 were thrown into disarray, their once cohesive war machine now plagued by confusion and disruption. Reports of the invisible attackers spread, and the morale of the Federation troops soared. The humans had proven themselves not only as fierce warriors, but also as ingenious strategists and inventors. But the Frac 4 were not without their own resources. Realizing that conventional tactics were failing, they began to seek out new ways to detect and counter the cloaked ships. Their scientists and engineers worked around the clock, driven by the desperate need to regain their advantage. One day, as the cloaked ships returned from a successful raid, an alarm sounded in the research facility. Incoming transmission from the Frak 4 announced a communications officer. They're calling for a parley. Admiral Mitchell, Captain Daniels, and Dr. Martinez gathered in the command center, their expressions wary. The transmission was routed through, and the face of a Frak 4 commander appeared on the screen. "I am Commander Thrak," he began, his voice a deep growl. "We acknowledge your recent victories. Your technology is impressive, but know this, the Frak 4 do not yield easily. We propose a temporary ceasefire to discuss terms." Mitchell's eyes narrowed. "A ceasefire? Why now?" "Because," Thrak replied, "even the strongest warriors understand the value of strategy. We have much to discuss, and perhaps there is a way to end this conflict without further bloodshed." The room was silent as the Federation leaders considered the offer. It was a gamble, but one that could potentially save countless lives. "We will meet," Mitchell said finally. "But make no mistake, Commander Thrak. We will not be fooled or intimidated. If this is a trick, the consequences will be dire." Thrak nodded. "Understood. We will provide the coordinates. Until then, we hold to the ceasefire." As the transmission ended, the room was filled with a sense of both hope and apprehension. The war had reached a turning point, and the decisions made in the coming days would shape the future of the galaxy. Admiral Mitchell addressed her team. "Prepare for the parley. We will approach this with caution and determination. The Frak 4 have underestimated us once. They will not do so again." The humans had come, and with them, they had brought not only the promise of victory, but also the possibility of peace. The galaxy held its breath once more, waiting to see what the future would hold. The parley and unveiling of secrets. The preparations for the parley were thorough and meticulous. Admiral Jane Mitchell, Captain Samuel Daniels, and Dr. Elena Martinez, along with a select team of negotiators and security personnel, boarded the flagship Resolute and set course for the designated coordinates provided by Commander Thrak. As the ship glided through hyperspace, tension and anticipation filled the air. Upon arrival, the Resolute emerged into a region of space known as the Silent Veil, a neutral zone agreed upon for the meeting. The Frak 4 flagship Dominator was already there, an imposing vessel bristling with weaponry and flanked by a formidable escort. The humans could feel the weight of the moment, knowing that this meeting could either pave the way for peace or escalate the conflict to new heights. Admiral Mitchell and her team were transported to the Dominator, where they were met by Commander Thrak and his officers. The atmosphere was charged with a mix of curiosity, caution, and underlying respect. Both sides understood the stakes and the delicate balance they were attempting to strike. In the grand conference room of the Dominator, the negotiations began. Holographic displays and translators facilitated communication, ensuring that every word was understood clearly. Mitchell opened the dialogue with a firm but diplomatic tone. "Commander Thrak, we appreciate your willingness to engage in this dialogue. The Great Galactic War has taken a heavy toll on all our peoples. We hope that through this discussion, we can find a way to end the bloodshed and work towards a lasting peace." Thrak, a towering figure with a stern countenance, nodded. "Admiral Mitchell, the Frak 4 are warriors, but we are not without reason. Your recent victories have shown us that this war will not end as we had anticipated. We seek to understand your technology and capabilities, and in doing so, perhaps we can find common ground." Dr. Martinez stepped forward, her expertise crucial to the discussions. "Commander Thrak, our technology is designed not for conquest, but for defense and the preservation of life. We have developed innovations to protect our allies and ourselves from the threat posed by the Frak 4's expansion." Thrak's eyes narrowed as he considered her words. "And what assurance do we have that your intentions are not to subjugate us as we have done to others?" Captain Daniels interjected, his voice steady. We are fighting for our survival and the freedom of our allies. Humanity values independence and cooperation, not domination. We seek a galaxy where all species can coexist without fear of oppression. The negotiations continued for hours, both sides presenting their perspectives, concerns, and potential solutions. The humans proposed a series of steps to de-escalate the conflict, including mutual withdrawal from contested systems, exchange of prisoners, and joint efforts to rebuild war-torn worlds. As the discussions progressed, a breakthrough was reached when Dr. Martinez revealed the blueprints for a new technology, a universal shield generator capable of protecting entire planets from orbital bombardment. This technology, she explained, could be shared with the Frak Thor under strict conditions, ensuring that it would be used for defense rather than offense. Frak was intrigued by the offer. This shield technology could indeed change the dynamics of warfare. If we agree to these terms, how can we be certain that your intentions are sincere? Admiral Mitchell responded with conviction. We propose that both sides establish a joint oversight committee to monitor the deployment and use of this technology. Transparency and cooperation will be the foundation of this new era. Together, we can build trust and work towards a peaceful resolution. The room fell silent as the Frak Thor officers conferred among themselves. After a tense few minutes, Frak turned to face the humans. We accept your proposal, Admiral Mitchell. Let this be the first step towards ending this devastating conflict. With the agreement in place, the parley concluded on a hopeful note. Both sides pledged to uphold their commitments, and plans were made for the first joint mission, a humanitarian effort to aid a planet devastated by the war. This mission would serve as a test of their newfound cooperation and a symbol of what could be achieved through unity. Back on Epsilon Prime, the news of the successful parley spread rapidly. Soldiers and civilians alike rejoiced at the prospect of peace. The joint mission, led by Admiral Mitchell and Commander Frak, saw human and Frak Thor forces working side by side to provide medical aid, rebuild infrastructure, and restore hope to a war-ravaged world. As they worked together, old prejudices and animosities began to fade. The shared goal of rebuilding and healing created bonds of camaraderie and mutual respect. The humans' resilience, creativity, and determination shone brightly, inspiring their allies and showing the galaxy what could be achieved when disparate species united for a common cause. The success of the joint mission paved the way for further cooperation. New treaties were signed, and the Galactic Federation welcomed the Frak Thor into their ranks as allies rather than adversaries. The advanced technology developed by Dr. Martinez and her team was shared, bringing about a new era of scientific and technological advancement. The Great Galactic War, once a seemingly endless cycle of destruction, had given way to an unprecedented era of peace and collaboration. The galaxy began to rebuild, its people united by the shared experience of overcoming a devastating conflict. Admiral Mitchell, Captain Daniels, and Dr. Martinez stood as symbols of humanity's strength and ingenuity. Their legacy was one of hope, resilience, and the unwavering belief that even in the darkest times, the light of cooperation and understanding could shine through. As the galaxy looked to the future, the humans were celebrated not only for their contributions to the war effort, but also for their role in forging a lasting peace. The whispers of their arrival had turned into a rallying cry, a testament to the power of unity and the enduring spirit of humanity. A new dawn of exploration. With the war finally behind them, the galaxy entered a period of rebuilding and rejuvenation. The alliance forged between humans and the Frak Thor, alongside the Galactic Federation, laid the foundation for a new era of cooperation and progress. As worlds once ravaged by conflict began to heal, the focus shifted towards exploration and discovery. Admiral Mitchell, Captain Daniels, and Dr. Martinez found themselves at the forefront of this new dawn. The Galactic Federation, recognizing their leadership and vision, appointed them as heads of the newly formed Galactic Exploration Initiative, GEI. The GEI's mission was to chart uncharted regions of the galaxy, seeking out new worlds, civilizations, and knowledge that could benefit all member species. Expanding horizons. The GEI's flagship, the Stellar Voyager, was a marvel of human and frac Thor engineering. Equipped with the latest advancements in propulsion, shield technology, and scientific instruments, it was designed for long-term missions into the unknown. The crew was a diverse mix of species, each bringing unique skills and perspectives to the mission. Admiral Mitchell addressed the crew on the eve of their maiden voyage. Today, we embark on a journey of discovery. The galaxy holds countless secrets, and it is our duty to uncover them for the benefit of all. Remember, our strength lies in our diversity and our shared commitment to exploration and understanding. Captain Daniels, now the commanding officer of the Stellar Voyager, felt a familiar thrill as they prepared for launch. "Buckle up, everyone. We're about to make history," he said with a grin. First contact. The Stellar Voyager ventured into regions of space that had never been mapped. They encountered breathtaking celestial phenomena, from nebulae shimmering with ethereal light to asteroid fields teeming with rare minerals. Each discovery brought new insights and challenges, pushing the crew to innovate and adapt. Their most significant encounter came several months into the mission. While exploring a star system with unusual energy signatures, the Stellar Voyager detected a signal that seemed to be of intelligent origin. As they approached the source, they found a fleet of sleek, silvery ships unlike anything they had seen before. Admiral Mitchell initiated contact, broadcasting a message of peace and cooperation. The response came quickly, and the screen filled with the image of an alien leader. The being was tall and elegant, with shimmering, iridescent skin and eyes that glowed with intelligence. "I am High Chancellor Alar of the Celestian Coalition," the being said. "We have been observing your approach with great interest. Who are you, and what is your purpose here?" Mitchell replied with calm authority. "I am Admiral Jane Mitchell of the Galactic Exploration Initiative. We come in peace, seeking to explore, learn, and forge alliances. We represent a coalition of species united by a common goal of cooperation and discovery." Chancellor Alar's expression softened. "Your intentions are noble, Admiral Mitchell. We, too, value knowledge and collaboration. Perhaps this meeting is the beginning of a fruitful exchange between our peoples." Shared knowledge. The encounter with the Celestian Coalition marked the beginning of an unprecedented era of knowledge exchange. The Celestians possessed advanced technologies and a profound understanding of the cosmos, which they were willing to share. In return, the humans and their allies provided insights into their own innovations and cultures. Dr. Martinez found herself engrossed in collaborative projects with Celestian scientists. Together, they developed new propulsion systems that allowed for faster and more efficient travel between star systems. They also made strides in medical technology, creating treatments and cures for previously incurable diseases. The Celestians introduced the concept of the Unity Nexus, a vast, interconnected network that facilitated instantaneous communication and data exchange across the galaxy. This network revolutionized how information was shared, breaking down barriers and fostering a sense of unity among disparate species. Exploring new worlds. As the Stellar Voyager continued its mission, it discovered new worlds teeming with life. Some planets harbored advanced civilizations, while others were lush with untapped natural resources. Each new discovery was met with careful consideration and respect for the native ecosystems and cultures. One such world, Auroria, was a paradise of vibrant flora and fauna. The inhabitants, the Aurorians, were a peaceful, nature-loving people who welcomed the explorers with open arms. The humans and their allies shared their knowledge of sustainable development and environmental preservation, helping the Aurorians protect their world while benefiting from its resources. Captain Daniels marveled at the beauty of Auroria. "This is what it's all about," he said to his crew. "Exploring new frontiers, making friends, and leaving the galaxy a better place than we found it." Challenges and triumphs. The journey was not without its challenges. The Stellar Voyager encountered hostile species, navigated treacherous cosmic phenomena, and faced internal conflicts. However, the crew's unwavering determination and commitment to their mission saw them through each trial. One particularly harrowing encounter involved a rogue faction known as the Void Reavers. This group sought to exploit the resources of newly discovered worlds for their own gain, using advanced weaponry and ruthless tactics. The stellar Voyager engaged in a tense standoff with the Void Reavers, ultimately outmaneuvering them and safeguarding a vulnerable planet. Through it all, the crew of the stellar Voyager remained united by their shared purpose. Their experiences forged deep bonds of friendship and mutual respect, transcending species and cultural differences. A legacy of unity. As the stellar Voyager returned to Federation space after years of exploration, it carried with it a wealth of knowledge, new technologies, and newfound allies. The mission had been a resounding success, exceeding even the most optimistic expectations. Admiral Mitchell, Captain Daniels, and Dr. Martinez were hailed as heroes, their contributions celebrated across the galaxy. They had proven that humanity, alongside its allies, could not only survive, but thrive in the vast expanse of the cosmos. The Galactic Exploration Initiative expanded, launching new missions to further explore the galaxy and continue the legacy of unity and discovery. The spirit of cooperation and curiosity that had defined the stellar Voyager's journey became a guiding principle for the entire Federation. The galaxy had entered a new age, one where the strength of unity and the pursuit of knowledge could overcome any challenge. The humans and their allies had shown that together, they could reach for the stars and build a brighter future for all. The secrets of the void. The galaxy was now a more connected and collaborative place, thanks to the efforts of the Galactic Exploration Initiative, GEI. The crew of the stellar Voyager had made historic strides in fostering alliances and advancing technology. However, as they delved deeper into uncharted territories, they stumbled upon a mystery that threatened the very fabric of the galaxy. Strange anomalies. While exploring a distant sector known as the Void Expanse, the stellar Voyager began detecting strange energy anomalies. These anomalies defied conventional understanding, disrupting sensors and communications. The crew speculated that they might be encountering remnants of a long-lost civilization or natural phenomena unlike anything previously recorded. Dr. Elena Martinez led the scientific investigation into these anomalies. Her team gathered data and analyzed the peculiar energy patterns. "These readings are unlike anything we've seen before," she noted, her excitement tinged with caution. "We need to proceed carefully and figure out what's causing these disturbances." The echo of an ancient civilization. As the stellar Voyager ventured further into the void expanse, they discovered a derelict station orbiting a desolate planet. The station was ancient, its architecture bearing no resemblance to any known species. The crew's exploration of the station revealed evidence of an advanced civilization that had thrived millennia ago, but had mysteriously vanished. Admiral Jane Mitchell convened a meeting to discuss their findings. "This station could hold the key to understanding the anomalies we've encountered," she said. "We need to unlock its secrets, but we must be cautious. There's no telling what dangers we might face." Captain Samuel Daniels led a team to explore the station. As they navigated its dark, labyrinthine corridors, they encountered strange devices that seemed to manipulate energy in ways that defied physics. In the station's central chamber, they discovered a massive archive containing records of the civilization's history and technology. The Guardians of the Void. The archive revealed that the ancient civilization, known as the Zilorians, had developed highly advanced technology capable of manipulating spacetime. They had used this technology to explore the furthest reaches of the galaxy and beyond. However, their experiments had inadvertently created the anomalies now plaguing the void expanse. The Zilorians had built the station as a research outpost to study and contain these anomalies. Realizing the potential dangers, they had left behind warnings and instructions for future explorers. The most alarming discovery was the existence of the Guardians of the Void, automated defense systems designed to protect the station and its secrets. As Captain Daniels and his team activated the archive, the Guardians awoke. These formidable machines, equipped with advanced weaponry and defenses, saw the explorers as intruders. A fierce battle ensued, testing the crew's ingenuity and combat skills. Despite the formidable opposition, they managed to disable the Guardians and secure the station, unlocking the power of the Void. With the Guardians neutralized, Dr. Martinez and her team delved deeper into the Zalorian technology. They discovered blueprints for devices capable of stabilizing the anomalies and harnessing their energy for various purposes. However, these devices required a delicate balance to prevent catastrophic consequences. Martinez realized that the Zalorians had been on the brink of mastering this power when their civilization mysteriously disappeared. She proposed that the stellar Voyager could continue their work and potentially unlock the secrets of the Void. "We have the opportunity to learn from their mistakes and achieve what they couldn't," she said, "but we must proceed with the utmost caution." Admiral Mitchell agreed. "This technology could revolutionize our understanding of the universe," she said, "but we need to ensure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands or destabilize the galaxy. We will share our findings with the Federation and our allies, working together to harness this power responsibly." A race against time. As the crew of the stellar Voyager worked to unlock the secrets of the Zalorian technology, they faced increasing pressure from rival factions. The news of their discovery had spread, attracting the attention of those who sought to exploit the anomalies for their own gain. Among these was the Void Reavers, who had regrouped and were determined to seize the technology for themselves. The stellar Voyager found itself in a race against time, balancing the need for thorough research with the urgency of defending their discoveries. Captain Daniels led daring missions to fend off the Void Reavers and protect the station. His tactical genius and the crew's unwavering determination were put to the test as they faced relentless attacks. Unity in the face of adversity. The threat of the Void Reavers galvanized the Galactic Federation and its allies. Recognizing the importance of the stellar Voyager's mission, they dispatched reinforcements and resources to support the crew. The alliance between humans, Frakthor, Celestians, and other species was stronger than ever, united by the common goal of protecting and advancing the knowledge they had gained. In a climactic battle, the combined forces of the Federation and their allies confronted the Void Reavers in a decisive showdown. The stellar Voyager played a crucial role, utilizing the newly stabilized anomalies to turn the tide of the battle. The Void Reavers were defeated, their ambitions thwarted. A brighter future. With the immediate threat neutralized, the crew of the stellar Voyager continued their work on the Zalorian technology. They developed methods to safely harness the anomaly's energy, leading to breakthroughs in propulsion, energy production, and scientific research. These advancements promised to usher in a new era of prosperity and exploration for the galaxy. Admiral Mitchell addressed the Galactic Federation Council, reflecting on their journey. "We have faced great challenges and uncovered incredible mysteries," she said, "but our greatest achievement is the unity we have forged. Together, we have shown that we can overcome any obstacle and build a brighter future for all." Captain Daniels, Dr. Martinez, and the entire crew of the stellar Voyager were hailed as pioneers and heroes. Their legacy was one of discovery, resilience, and cooperation. The galaxy, once divided by conflict, was now united in the pursuit of knowledge and the shared aspiration of a better tomorrow. As the stellar Voyager set off on its next mission, the crew looked to the stars with hope and determination. The secrets of the Void had been unlocked, but the galaxy was vast and filled with endless possibilities. They knew that their journey was far from over, and that together they would continue to explore, discover, and inspire.